Hello everybody and welcome to this playthrough for Rookie Division with the tournament win here in the Night Sky tournament in Golf Clash the game. Video is sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic. Make sure you don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also visit golfclashtommy.com for more Golf Clash related content for free. Last but not least, get the best guides on the market by going to patreon.com/golfclashtommy. Link in the description down below. Can we get this video up to 500 thumbs up? That would be amazing and I would be very thankful for that. Follow the information box on the right hand side to get the elevation and club distance adjustment combined with what ball and club type you suggest that I suggest you to play with. You don't have to follow my suggestions, but there is always a plan behind it. And as always in Rookie, I do suggest only free-to-play balls, and I'm actually only using one power 3 ball throughout the whole video. Otherwise, it's maximum power 2, which will make us having a very good playthrough here, combined with the possibility of use lower type of balls, which is like absolutely brilliant. Make sure you send us an email at support@golfclashtommy.com if you do have any question. And in the end though, let's go to hole number 1. For hole number 1, we're gonna lay up short, as now we are looking to do a rough bump from pretty far out. So I'm using 1 bar of backspin and 2 bars of side spin to the right. The thing that I'm looking for, ladies and gentlemen, here is that I'm looking to not move my target until it's time to take my shot. So this is a no movement, so do not touch your target before it's time to adjust your rings, okay? Adjustment, maximum distance plus 10, no curl is going to be needed. We're looking to get the ball down the fairway into a nice little distance when it comes to our shot here. And now we're getting into 300 yards and now we're looking to do a rough bump towards the pin. So the rough bump is going to be played with a sniper. Make sure here that you do use the top of the yellow ring to be by the rough line. And then we do have the ball guideline just going through the hole, okay? It's gonna go approximately 1 green square through the hole is what we are looking for. So now adjustment is going to, in this case, be very close to minimum distance. I'm looking to go, like, well, looks like we are in medium distance, but we're gonna adjust for minimum distance -5. As you will see here that when I do adjust for medium distance, my ball will miss the cup to the right hand side. Apologize for the lag here. So it gets right hand side also goes short, which tells us that we definitely have too much adjustment on hole number 1. For hole number 2, we're gonna play with a backbone here, and I'm using 1 bar backspin, 2 bars of side spin to the left. The difficulty with this hole here is that we do not have a good ball guideline like we do have in the higher divisions, where we are lucky enough to play with a sniper. Red ring by the rough line, and here I do make a mistake of aiming, you know, to the right side of the pin. I don't know why I do that. I would recommend you to aim left side of the pin, at least try to aim left side of the pin with your ball guideline, because this here is going to push our ball massively to the right here. And that's why I'm saying as I did. We are miles wide, I would have to say. Sure, it's a tap-in birdie, but you know, we need to correct that a little bit better. Maximum distance plus 20, quasar ball, and then you're gonna be close. For hole number 3, we're gonna go straight forward with our drive. We're not gonna complicate this in any shape or form. 4.5 bar topspin, 1 bar side spin to the right, and look at the ball guideline. It should be pointing straight down the fairway, so in between the 2 rough patches on the left and the right. Adjustment is going to be maximum distance plus 10 is the plan, at least. Once we have done that, we're going to push up our club into absolute very max. Once that is done, we will also apply a little bit of overpower, and that is because we play with a power 1 ball. Those of you playing with a power 2 or a power 3 ball do not have to use any overpower. But I would like to try to play with the lowest possible ball that we should be able to handle. Sure, it's close to the rough there, but with also a pretty bad drive. So if you can spend a better ball, do so. Otherwise, keep the power 1 ball. Second shot, we go for a sniper, and we're gonna play medium distance with no elevation here. And the difficult part that we do have on this shot is that we do not have a fully developed ball guideline with our sniper. So the thing that we will have to do is to kind of guesstimate how long the rollout will be. I'm using 1 bar of backspin, and you can see how short I leave the ball guideline here. And then we're going to go with adjustment, medium distance, no elevation, and then it's time to take our shot. Perfect ball, it's on its way. The bounce on the fairway, coming up towards the pin in a very nice way, and we get that ball, you know, snuck in there, left hand side, and we get that one for a lovely little albatross. For hole number 4, we're gonna play with the Guardian, and we're gonna play a rough bomb. This is, in my opinion, a super good chance making an hole-in-one. If you do have a sniper level 9 or level 10, I would recommend you to play with that instead. That will bring you the ball guideline that you will have in a very helpful way. It also gives you the 5 bars of backspin that we are looking for to get. But here, I do play with the Guardian because I do not possess a sniper level 9 or level 10. I have 5 bars of backspin. You can see that I aim slightly left of pin because, again, I don't have a fully developed ball guideline, and the green slightly slopes a little left to right. Maximum distance plus 40, and once we have adjusted, we're gonna pull back half a ring. And the reason we pull back is because we do adjust from a higher point to a lower point, and we need to compensate for that. Perfect ball, and we will in this case see the ball bouncing nicely into the rough, and we'll get that one in for a lovely hole-in-one here in hole number 4. If you don't feel comfortable with this rough bump, you can use the fairway before the rough. Problem is though with tailwind is that you will risk going in between clubs, but then you definitely need the Guardian because you need a ton of backspin. For hole number 5, we're going to go on the left hand side, and the reason for that is that we will want to play, you know, a straightforward shot, and a straightforward shot that is at least what we're looking for. That will help us tremendously in getting this hole dialed in the long run. 4.5 bar topspin, 2 bars of side spin to the left. We are in absolute complete max distance with our extra mile level 6. Adjustment, maximum distance plus 10, and then we're going to push up to max once we are done. Those of you playing with an extra mile level 8 or better, do not push up anything, because you already have the power when it comes to your extra power compared to an extra mile level level 7 or below. So now we are looking to get the ball up to around 350. So if we can get it a little bit further up, that would be better. Now, second shot is going to be very close to minimum distance of our club here, and that's why I've left minimum distance minus 15 as our adjustment there. But I would, once again, like to advise you to always check your club distance so you make sure that you are in the correct adjustment area. But minimum distance minus 15 is from absolute minimum distance of our club, and then we're going to slightly increase adjustment based on, you know, how high up we are going to be. Adjustment is going to be minimum distance minus 15 as already explained, but now I'm adding 2 decimals also due to me not being in complete minimum distance. Unfortunately, I do hit a great ball right, but with a perfect, this wouldn't have been very close if not getting it in the hole. Maybe a tad too hot though, and we could maybe have left the ball guideline slightly short of pin. But not easy to say now afterwards, but something we can look into going forward. For hole number 6, we are going to use the big topper as our driver. And the reason we do want to play with the big topper is due to its enormous topspin. We do want and need to get the ball as far down the fairway possible. Here, it's not important to use a ball with power, but the topspin is the thing that you need to put focus on. So, big topper as a driver, horizon as a wood club, because once again, topspin is the key. Adjustment, medium distance, no elevation, and we do hit perfect. And we will see this ball travel itself down, you know, further down the fairway than, obviously, than what other clubs would do, as we're using the big topper. Perfectly down there on the fairway, nowhere near the rough in any shape or form. Second shot, we do play with medium distance plus 10, is what we're gonna do, and we're playing with the horizon. 2 bars of side spin to the right, all but 1 bar top spin here, as we do not want to use too much top spin and roll over the green. And now the only thing that we're looking for is to get the ball to fringe or to green to secure the eagle, because this is, in my opinion, no albatross hole by any means. So I'm playing this one purely based on the fact that I do need the eagle and do not want to mess up and get a birdie. 1 ball of curl outside the adjustment ring to the right, and we bounce on the fairway and we get down to the green, and you see it rolls up the slight slope on the green and fall down for a nice and easy putt here on hole number 6. For hole number 7, I'm going to give you 2 options, one with a long iron, one with a wood club, and I'm going to explain why I actually give you 2 options in a bit. 4 bars of backspin, and now I'm attempting to line up with the ball guideline to the hole, but the difficulty with a backbone or any other club that do not have a good ball guideline is that it's going to be extremely difficult to get the ball guideline to be directly towards the pin. Now, with adjustment, I will be adjusting for a maximum distance plus 10, is the plan at least, and then we're going to take our shot. I'm using a navigator ball, as with a power 0 ball we will most likely go in between clubs, and therefore I'm using a navigator here to prevent us from doing so. Bounce on the fairway, but we come in with a good speed, but too much to the right, so we need to move our position a little bit more left. However though, I would like you to play the rough bump if you can. And I'm going to explain, while we're looking at the rough bump, why that shot is better, but also why we need to be very careful with deciding when we should go for it or not. So for the rough bump, we're playing with a sniper, and now we do have a good ball guideline to work with, even though we would have a sniper as low as level 5 or level 6. Now I'm going to use 3 bars of backspin here, 3 bars of backspin, and with the top of the, you know, half ring or whatever we can call it, like the inner ring by the rough line with the ball guideline to the hole. Adjustment, minimum distance plus 10 is what we're gonna do, and we adjust the minimum distance plus 10. Unfortunately, I can see that my wind arrow did not point straight north, it did point a little bit to the right, which would make sense with the outcome that we are getting here. Bounce into the rough, and then it rolls towards the pin, and we just snuck it in on the right side of the cup, but that could be most likely because we didn't have the wind angle pointing straight north. So, when to go for the rough bump and when not. If you do have a wind below 4 miles per hour, you go for the rough bump. Otherwise, you will be in between clubs and you're going to have to do something that is very difficult in this game, that is to go with underpower. So, the wind is the deciding factor on what type of play you're going to do. Sure, those of you having a power 0 ball with wind 2 or wind 3, wind 4 or wind 5, then you can do so, but all of those are paid and special balls. So with other words, if we're gonna keep it free to play, we need to make sure that the wind is below 4 miles per hour, otherwise we're gonna have to play the option with the backbone, which will be harder to drop in the long run. And here I would like us to add top spin and side spin first. So we start with 4.5 bar top spin, 2 bars of side spin to the left. We're looking for the second bounce to be halfway in between the top of the rough and the top of the sand, okay? Once we find that spot, we do adjust for a maximum distance plus 10 is the plan. So we do adjust the max plus 10. And once we are done the adjustment, we are going to use curl as well. And we're gonna use the left side of the ball to be halfway through the adjustment ring there to the left. Perfect ball, and we see the ball bounce on the fairway into the rough to then roll out, and you can see it's just above the shadow, which is perfect, and it gives us a yardage of 316 yards. Second shot here is going to be played with a short iron to pin, and here we're not using any elevation, and we are going to play very close to medium distance of our club. I'm going to use 1 bar of backspin here, and I'm gonna move up so half of my red ring, the top of the red ring, is inside on the fringe. And then obviously when we do not have a 4.0 or better ball guideline, I'm going to have to guesstimate how this ball is going to roll out when it comes to the tip of it, or like the tip of the ball guideline. So trying to just aim straight at the pin with the tip of the ball guideline, then you will see yourself at least be super close, if not getting the ball in the hole. Adjustment, we're going to play in this case medium distance and no elevation. And then it's time to, obviously, to try to hit perfect. Perfect ball, bounce on the fairway. Get this one right at pin for a lovely eagle here on hole number 8. For hole number 9, we're gonna play the toughest of the holes here in this tournament, in my opinion. Here I'm going to, in the end, be using a big topper. And the reason I want to use the big topper here is due to its topspin, but also its curl. So it doesn't matter if you have the big topper in level 1 or you have it in level 7. I would recommend you to play with a big topper if you just have it unlocked. So here max side spin, I'm using 5 bars of topspin, and I'm using the yellow ring to be just by the rough. This is not complete max distance here. We have a couple of more yards to play with if we can. And then we adjust for maximum distance plus 10. And then we are going to go with curl. 1 ball of curl outside the adjustment ring to the left. And then try to hit perfect. The ball will then bounce on the fairway over to the other fairway. And we're going to land in a nice position here. Second shot is going to be played with the club that has the most power. Because if we can, I would like us to go for either a rough bump or go directly over the rough. But in this case, I do not have the distance enough as my drive came too short, and then I'm bouncing over the rough instead. And if you're going to bounce over the rough, I would recommend you to use 2 bars of topspin and not 3 that I'm doing in the end. The 3 bars of topspin will make me come too long, and I will almost bet that you will most likely come long with 2 bars of topspin also, but at least not as long as I'm going here, which in a worst case scenario would risk me going into the rough on the back, and that would be a major problem if that's going to be the case. Now I'm lucky enough to stay on the fairway and should be an easy wedge for the eagle, but in the end, tough hole, but definitely makeable if you do have a decent clubs to get over to the fairway with enough distance. Thank you so much everybody for watching this playthrough for Rookie Division with the tournament win here for the Night Sky tournament in Golf Clash the game. The video here is sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic. Make sure you hit thumbs up before you go. Thank you so much once again and good luck in your Golf Clash game.